What's up, friends? Welcome back to Sun Club Soda for another Bob's Burgers video. Thanks for stopping by.
Hello all, we are sticking to the trajectory of our last couple Bob's Burgers vids, and we are again flipping the script so we can feel all fuzzy inside. Today, it's about bests instead of worsts, which may be a bit harder than a cut and dry worst episode. I had the worst episode locked and loaded for a while, so all I had to do was put it to paper. But picking the best from each season is like having to sacrifice all but 22 of my children. I love them all so much.
Well, you can always get someone else to do it. You can use IMDb.
What did you just say to me?
I said you can always pick the highest rated from IMDb.
Well, that's it for the welcome wagon. Let's get down to picking the best episode from the third season of Bob's Burgers. Season 3 of Bob's Burgers is when the show really hit its stride. For the first 20 plus episode season, they really came to play. It's so polished and well done and a great jumping on point since there's so much to love. It's truly the sweet spot. With more hours, we get more episodes focused on building individual family members and specific pairings instead of episodes mostly about the family as a whole or A and B plots separating the adults and the children. There's so many firsts with season 3. The family sings all the time, and there are plenty of fun diegetic and non-diegetic original songs and covers, but it's the first time we get an honest-to-goodness musical number with This Is Working.
It's also the first time the show ventures into festive territory with this seasonal batch of holiday episodes.
Yeah, we start with Full Bars, a fun look into how rich people spend Halloween, and end with My Fuzzy Valentine, Sergeant Bosco's return to Bob's Burgers for, you guessed it, Valentine's Day. In between those guys, we got an indecent Thanksgiving proposal and God Rest Ye Merry Gentle Mannequins for Christmas. It's been like this ever since. We get at least 4 fantastic holiday-themed episodes each season. They tend to be some of the show's best work and they don't miss.
So which of these hitters is the best of the third season?
Despite my remarks on the holiday episodes, it isn't either of them.
The best episode of season 3 is The Kids Run the Restaurant.
Oh yeah, The Kids Run the Restaurant is hands down my favorite episode of the season, but after much deliberation, I can say, in my not-so-expert opinion, that it is also the best.
So this episode kicks off with a typical day at Bob's Burgers. While Bob is toiling away in the kitchen preparing for the Fleet Week rush, half of his family isn't working and the other half is being pretty disruptive to the little business they've managed to muster. Bob continues to prep ingredients while begging his family to get back to work, and in this moment of distraction, cuts his hand.
Right in the old finger crotch.
They have to close for lunch so Bob can get stitches, but for some reason the kids want to start doing work and keep the restaurant open. Interesting. Bob and Linda don't agree, obviously, and Tina gets promoted to babysitter, but Mom and Dad are gone for the day, so of course the kids are going to open the restaurant.
And their restaurant is in fact a secret casino. We get Bob and Louise as the driving forces of this episode, so we're already off to a great start. The writers establish and explore Bob's crippling squeamishness, and oh my gosh, it's a thing to behold. I don't know how he gets through the day with how easily he can go from perfectly fine to unconscious.
On the other hand, Louise is a top-notch pit boss.
She really is. First, she knows what help to hire so they get butts and seats and everything runs smoothly. She keeps players playing and she keeps them happy while remaining profitable. And this brings me to my next point. Can we talk about this? The beginning of this episode is a prime example of why Bob's Burgers is not a successful restaurant. Look at this guy.
He's loving his burger.
But look at these goofballs. They're actively pushing customers away like they don't want business. For any customer that isn't Teddy, this is too much.
Even Mort has to remove himself for his sanity sometimes.
But the Belchers have no shame. They don't care who's watching. They do what they want and they don't feel bad about it. But their business suffers for it sometimes.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, they're really bad at being business owners. But look at this episode. The kids want to run the restaurant while their parents are gone. That's crazy. How does Bob not jump on the opportunity for his kids to do some real restaurant work?
Well, they can't really garner any success with their scatterbrain ideas, but they do pivot to something much more lucrative, and it works.
That's the thing. They can clearly be successful.
Bob's Burgers has been on the cusp of success so many times, but it's like they choose to squander it.
But the loop of them trying and failing to claw their way out of obscurity is part of what makes the show endearing. This episode is a fine display of the Belchers on a day off. It's always nice to see their atypical interests and hobbies. So when the kids decide they want to run an underground casino, you know it's going to be worth watching. All of these ingredients and moving parts make for a good episode, but a big part of why this takes the cake is it's funny. Don't get me wrong. Every episode is funny in many ways, but this guy has some real laugh out loud moments, and I have to highlight it for that.
Alright, that seems like a good place to leave it.
Yes, in a season filled with standout firsts, a reliable narrative stands taller amongst its peers. Thanks for taking the time to check out this video.
Do us a favor, like and subscribe. It's free and it helps us out a lot. And don't forget to come back after that.
But before your horse runs off with your $30,000, have a nice day.